So when it comes to accepting apologies from narcissists and toxic people, time is not an apology. Let me restate that. Past time or time gone by is not an apology. Just because you haven't talked to this person in 2, 3, 4 months, 1 year, does not mean that makes everything okay. Because as a narcissist myself, I would just leave you alone and hopefully you will reach out to me and that would be my apology. Because I was able to leave you alone and not actually apologize to you. You reaching out to me is you accepting my non-apology. Is you not holding me accountable for anything that I've done to you or anything that narcissist or toxic person has done to you. Or if a narcissist reaches out to you 6 months later or a year later and says, "Hey, I miss you and I'm sorry for everything. Hopefully we can be friends," or something like that. Say hell no. I'm sorry for everything. It's not an apology. It's a blanket statement apology that covers everything. There's no specificity to that. It's not specific.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware narcissist Lee Hammock. I've been diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and I've been in psychotherapy for the past 4 years for this. I use my platforms online to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, other cluster B disorders, get more people into therapy like myself, and validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. Whew, did it. Yes. This series is dedicated to just making my TikToks and my YouTube shorts longer. They're 60 seconds or less. You know, this is going to be more than 60 seconds. So we're going to talk about the video you just watched was about how time is not an apology. Past time from a narcissistic relationship is not an acceptable form of an apology at all. Why y'all like just because a month goes by with no contact, just because 2 weeks go by, just because 3 years go by with no contact does not mean that that person is better. It just didn't. It literally does not mean absolutely. It means absolutely nothing. Past time is not an apology. I tell people this it's unbelievable how I'm talking. So if you don't know, I do my one-on-ones on Zoom. I have a link in my bio for that. When I'm talking to people, one of the main reasons they get back with people in relationships with narcissists or people who they suspect to be narcissists or toxic people or whatnot is because time has went by. A few months have went by. A year has went by. We've been you see the comment on that video is like we've been divorced for 3 years. Like, and I have a guy we've been divorced for 3 years. Does he have any remorse or regret or whatever? Time has went by, and I was just like, just because 3 years has passed, you got divorced for a reason. What has changed over that time? You don't know this person anymore. You don't have any kids or anything like that. You just assuming that they have changed because 3 years have went by. Why would you go back into this situation? I know people get remarried all the time. I know people get divorced and stuff happens and they get remarried and they live better. That is not always the case though. If you're dealing with a narcissist, it's a way to secure you to come out. It's a way to secure. There's an ulterior motive. Maybe you're paying some alimony. Like, I'm tired of paying this alimony. I might as well just be with her. You know what I mean? I'm tired of paying child support. I might as well just live with her and the kids. I can just stop paying this. So you get remarried, all that stuff, all that payment, this stuff goes away. That stuff ceases to exist. You know what I mean? So in that situation, so there's an ulterior motive behind a narcissist wanting to get remarried to you in 3 years. Have they been to therapy in those past 3 years? No. Okay, cool. Then what has changed? They just got older. Older does not mean better, y'all. Just because time has passed by does not mean that person has gotten better in any way, shape, or form. And that's just how it is. Point blank, period, end of story. That does not mean anything. Like, just because they've gotten older does not mean anything at all. Because there are 70, I'm talking to the older women on here, there are 70, and older men, there are 75, 60, 75-year-old narcissistic people still out there lying, raging out, shifting blame, shifting accusations. There are people out here doing I'm just telling you, they get older does not mean better. Older means better at manipulating. Better at getting sympathy. I'm an old man. You got to listen to me. I got experience right here. I can clap them cheeks like no other. Lying. 75-year-old clapping cheeks. You know what I mean? That's how it goes, though. That's what I keep telling people. Just because time has passed does not mean anything. Especially if you haven't had any contact with this person. If y'all been no contact for 3 years and they pop back into your life, how do you know there's been some consistent change behavior? Like, what? Some people, if you're still single, you're like, maybe this is the person I'm supposed to be with. But 3, 4 years, I feel like you have, if y'all are co-parenting or something like that and you monitor this person, maybe I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying maybe if you can see them over the next 3 years with some consistent change behaviors where they're showing respect and stuff like that to you, and they haven't put their hands on you. You know what I mean? If they're showing respect and like that and stuff like that to you, then cool. But the other caveat is if they are not like, oh my goodness, there's no therapy, y'all. Oh my God, consistent changed behavior is the only acceptable apology from a narcissist or a toxic person. That is it. That is it. Because you can't give a blanket statement like, I'm sorry for everything. What the hell does it mean exactly? What does I'm sorry for everything mean? What does it mean? Like literally, what does that mean? That just means that they're not giving any kind of specifics to that apology. They're just saying, I'm sorry for everything. And you're like, okay, I'll take you back. What did they apologize for? I'm sorry for everything could mean I'm sorry for closing the door too early when you were bringing the groceries in. That's not apologizing for the cheating, the lying, and manipulating. That's just, I'm for everything. I'm sorry how this ended. I'm sorry how this went. No specifics, no genuineness to it. Just, I'm sorry for everything. Time passed. Time. Just because time has, look y'all, just because time has went by, you have grown. Imagine spending two years getting out of a narcissistic relationship where you were in a toxic situation for so long, you worked so hard to get out of it. Now you have 2 years of healing, 2 years of growth, 2 years of just doing what you want to do. It's like you shift from being a victim to a survivor. You are the strongest you've ever been. You went back to school. You had your glow up. You got your bag up. You hit the gym and get back fine. You did all of that stuff. Then you go back to this person comes back into your life 2 years later. Because time has passed by. They don't apologize. Y'all end up getting back together and all that stuff goes away. Put that into your head. Imagine working 2 years after you get out of a toxic relationship, working hard to get your life together. You allow this person back into your life. They come back in and ruin it. Imagine that. Because that's what would happen if you keep giving people third, fourth, fifth chances, especially after you get divorced. I've heard toxic couples get divorced like 2-3 times to get back together. That blows my mind. Like, y'all got divorced 3 times? Like, wow. Y'all tried it again? Yikes. Y'all just toxic together. You know what I mean? But that does happen a lot, though. It really does happen a lot. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just talking about my truth and what's going on in my life and how I view the stuff that's going on in my life. And all I can do is literally try to help people as much as I possibly can. Like, so again, I'll restate that. I'll restate my original hypothesis that past time and time gone by is not an apology. The only acceptable apology is consistently changed behavior that is measurable. How do you feel around this person? Do you still feel like you're walking on eggshells? Do you feel uncomfortable speaking your truth? Do you feel uncomfortable bringing up an issue? If that's true, if you feel uncomfortable in any of those situations, then don't go back to this person. Because again, past time is not an apology. I have to hop off here, y'all. Got a one-on-one on Zoom right now. If you want to do the Zooms on one-on-ones, I have a link in the bio for those. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Happy Sunday. Peace.